Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at 12 current top-selling men's fragrances in the market. I wouldn't agree with most of these fragrances on today's list, but seems that people don't care that much about YouTubers. Fair enough. Without any further ado, at number 12, I want to start by CK1. It is a light, transparent, and silky type of citrusy and green fragrance. You're gonna get a ton of citrusy notes, pineapple, bergamot, and lemon, and we have also some sort of leafy and herbal notes at the mid notes and base of the fragrance. Personally, I don't prefer it because of bad performance. I have to say, I can get like barely 4 hours longevity with this one, and first hour below average, very soft type of projection and sillage. I can understand why some people can like this fragrance. It is very inoffensive and great choice for indoor situations, especially for extremely hot summer days. In terms of scent profile, also somehow reminds me of Silver Mountain Water, but that fragrance is way better compared to this one. This one is like unisex and leans 70%, 80% feminine. Number 11, Cool Water EDT. It is aquatic, fresh, slightly soapy somehow, and green, very close to green Irish to it, but compared to that fragrance, this one is more airy, more citrusy, and less herbal. Green Irish to it is more bitter compared to this fragrance, but I can get definitely similarities like 70-80%. And this one is more soapy, let's say. It has a very classic scent profile and timeless DNA. It is an approachable type of fragrance for average people out there. I mean by people that are not in the game. But yeah, I wouldn't prefer it that much, maybe for gym situations or extremely hot summer days, but I have lots of better fragrances in my collection. But as I said, for average people out there, it is a great choice. I can get like 4 or 5 hours max longevity with this one, let's say good 4 hours. And in terms of projection and sillage, first hour below average. Number 10, NAUTICA Voyage. So cucumber and florals, but that cucumber vibe is because of cologne, which is a chemical note that gives you oceanic, aquatic feel, let's say. So it is floral, very little citrusy, and on my skin at the dry down gets too floral and leans a bit feminine somehow. Personally, I prefer N83 version of NAUTICA Voyage, which is more woody, less floral, and more citrusy compared to this one, and that oceanic cucumberish vibe is way at the background of the fragrance, or at all I can say disappeared somehow. So I don't prefer that much regular NAUTICA Voyage. I can get like 6-7 hours longevity with this one, 6 hours. And projection and sillage is average for first 2 hours. Number 9, 1 Million by Paco Rabanne. Still I reach to this fragrance considering I have 800 bottles in my collection, so I can see why average people also can buy and still purchase and reach to this fragrance. Approachable type of fragrance and has a very happy and inviting, cozy type of DNA. At the opening, it smells like cherry jam, has that jammy, somehow, let's say, tobacco-y feel to it. Smells very cozy, yummy, and spicy. Cinnamon shines at the mid notes of the fragrance and gives the fragrance a very cozy, spicy feel. And at the dry down, gets more leathery on my skin. With this one, this is pretty new batch. I can get like 8 to 10 hours longevity still, and projection and sillage is solid for first 2-3 hours. Number 8, Acqua Di Gio by Giorgio Armani. So aquatic, airy, slightly floral, vegetal at the mid notes, and very little woody, but it is mostly in that oceanic and aquatic side, let's say, to this one, with a very little amount of sweetness at the background of the fragrance. Personally, I don't wear it that much, to be honest. I prefer way better Profumo version, EDP version, Profondo version compared to this one. But yeah, still people out there like this fragrance and buy it like crazy. I can get like 4 or 5 hours maximum longevity with this one, and projection sillage is like average, soft somehow, but sillage is a bit better compared to the projection of this fragrance. Number 7, Le Mal by Jean-Paul Gaultier. Another timeless masterpiece, I have to say, to this one. Yeah, I prefer Ultra Male over this one. I prefer Le Mal Le Parfum over this one, Le Mal Elixir. Those are way better options in my opinion compared to this one. But for whatever reason, still this one is better selling compared to those fragrances that just I counted. Scent profile is masculine, has a mature feel to it. It is slightly fresh and herbal, and has some sort of little powderiness at the background of the fragrance, which I believe it comes from amber. So I can get like 6 hours maximum longevity with this one, which is newer formulation, and like first hour and a half average, and soft somehow projection and sillage. Number 6, Terre D'Hermes EDT. I also like it. Very good memories, and I personally like Parfum version of this fragrance better, but I can see why people like this one. It is a mature, zesty, orangey and earthy type of fragrance. I like that orangish feel of this fragrance. It stands out compared to a ton of lemony, bergamoty fragrances. I like that the bitter zestiness of this fragrance and that dusty, earthy base note. Smells very fresh and high quality, I have to say. I can get like 5-6 hours maximum longevity with this one. Projection sillage is soft, below average for first hour and a half maximum. Number 5 is Bleu de Chanel Parfum version. Personally, I like EDP better compared to the Parfum, but seems this is a better selling fragrance right now. So it is like very little soapy at the background. That incensey, famous incensey dark note at the base of the fragrance is reduced here compared to the EDP and EDT. And we have here added citrusiness, and still fragrance smells like body lotion, has that body lotiony feel to it. It is a very high quality, complex and inoffensive type of fragrance. With Parfum version I can get like 6 hours longevity. I am better with EDP, and projection and sillage is average for first hour and hour and a half. Number 4, Versace Eros EDT, a happy party fragrance. It is like fruity, spicy, sweet and woody. At the dry down gets woodier. On my skin right now comes a ton of vanilla through atomizer, but when you spray it you're gonna get also apple and mint at the opening of the fragrance, but at the dry down you're gonna get woody notes and vanilla. I'm not that much lucky with the EDT version. I cannot get with the newer batches, I mean more than 5-6 hours longevity, and projection and sillage is average for first 2 hours. I can get better longevity, projection and sillage with EDP version, which is more citrusy compared to this one, but yeah, why not. Number 3, Dior Sauvage EDT. Yeah, still for me it is also at like top 10, top 20 designer fragrances. It is masculine, it is modern, it is performing and gets solid compliments. It is like citrusy and lavendery green with pepper and ambroxan. It is a fresh, dark and a little bit aggressive fragrance. I can get like 10-12 hours plus longevity, and projection and sillage is great for first 2-3 hours, especially at the breezy days. Number 2, again by Dior, Dior Sauvage Elixir. Definitely not as aggressive or synthetic as EDT, but denser and darker, I have to say. It is also herbal, that lavender also comes through, but this one is more spicy, has added cinnamon, which gives the fragrance a cozy sweetness or a cozy warm atmosphere. And I can get licorice and cardamom. Licorice gives the fragrance or adds a bit acceptable, approachable, some sort of bitterness. To me, smells more dressed up compared to the EDT version, but not as masculine somehow. I can feel it is a little bit unisex, or not as masculine as EDT, let's say, to this one. Performance is like 12-14 hours plus in terms of longevity, solid, and projection sillage is loud, like through the walls for first 2-3 hours. Number 1 is Creed Aventus. So for me, still also at top 5 best fragrances, hands down. And most of you have smelled the DNA, but for those who don't know the DNA, I have to say it is like citrusy, woody, fresh. Oh, mind-blowing, like fresh, fizzy and sour. At the dry down gets a bit darker and gives you some sort of a smoky feel. I can get like 6-7 hours longevity with this one. It is, if I'm not mistaken, 16 batch, 2016. And projection and sillage is average for first 2 hours. Take care, guys.